Good morning. What are you doing?
Ooh, I'm preparing some bread and and some oatmeal.
Hey. The snow is melting, which is good news for me. And today I can take my time because I'm not going anywhere. I mean, just interviews, but I'm not walking 30 kilometers, which is good news for my feet. This is Varberg City. How do you pronounce it? Varberg?
Varberg.
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 And what can we do in Varberg City?
Well, we're gonna visit an old castle.
There is a cold bath and then sauna in this place. And it's just in front of the sea. Do you want to go?
No, not too.
By the way, okay, you will maybe think I'm dumb, but what's the name of the sea?
The sea?
Yeah, I have a doubt.
Oh, I think.
Oh, you don't know?
Maybe you feel now I'm dumb, because I don't know.
I looked on the internet and it was a weird name that I've never heard of.
Yeah, kind of Västersjön or like
Yeah,
something
maybe.
like that.
Yeah. Do you have the history about this castle?
So it started like in the 1200, I think. Maybe it's a bit too early. I'm not actually precise in my description right now, but I'm roughly right. So, and the castle started with it's a very very small castle to begin with. It was not as big as it is today. And then in the 1400s, after 2 years, then you had like the Swedish kings and stuff like that. They had it as a side castle.
Okay.
It's a very important military point for Sweden, and also Danish people used it as well. Actually, mainly like Holland was Danish at some point.
Okay.
And upwards in the country towards Stockholm, there were Swedish people, and so they had a lot of fights for this castle. The architecture about it, it developed in the 1400s. It developed so it grew even larger. But then in the 1600s, like 200 years more, and then the Danish took over, and they built like almost what you see today.
Can you tell me your name, where we are, and what you do in life in a sentence for the introduction?
My name is Jenny Frick. We are in Varberg, Sweden, at our co-working space Impact House. I'm a business developer at Companion. When I was young and innocent and a student, already then I had this wish of helping people and working with sustainability, but this part of accomplishments and results and being a good girl made me take a quite big detour into finance and sales and parts where I would accomplishments and being what I thought was expected of me. So it took quite a few years before I came back on track to where my heart is and what really makes me happy and where I really feel that I contribute to this world. In a way, it all started when I was pregnant, because it was something that opened up and I started feeling the importance of that I actually do something that is valuable for this world and for coming generations.
It's super interesting because what you talked about, like feeling that you're always being your identity, being the good girls and do what you're supposed to do, and what expecting from you. It is exactly who I am. I have always have good grades at school. I never asked myself what I really wanted, what was really my passions, but I think I built my whole identity on what do I think my parents will be proud of, you know? Even if they were like completely fine with me choosing my own life, I was this good girl that wanted to make them proud, that make everyone's proud and that please everyone. And so I was like, okay, what is the best thing I can do because I'm good at school? Then I've heard, okay, what is success? And success was to me when I was a child, like, okay, money. Because I came from a family that had no money, and then my father worked a lot in a job that he didn't like at all, but helped him like develop and be able to pay for our studies and stuff. So I saw my parents' priority was not happiness, not passion, but like hard work to grow the family treasure, let's say, and make possible for us to study whatever we wanted. And so for me at this time, success was equal to money, because then money will buy my happiness, which will be travel and stuff, you know. And so I was like, okay, so being successful is being rich, so I'm going to do something related to it. I hated blood or something, so I didn't want medicine. I didn't feel like an engineer, so why not business? But that doesn't mean anything, business, for me. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, of course, the majority of the people going out of this school are going to consulting, finance, and have a lot of money.
I get shivers when you're talking because there's so many similarities. Where my grandparents, I grew up on the same farm as my grandparents, and they didn't have any money, and really worked hard for my mother to be the first one going into university, and also like saving up money for me and my sister not to have student loans. And I'm not sure it was so much their idea of success, but the whole society idea of success, that how we value different work. Because money is a way of valuing, and finance and business and all those kind of works are highly valued. They're well paid, whereas work with humans, like in schools and with children and healthcare, all the work, or with elders, all the work that are done with humans are less valued. And to me, that's kind of it's something turned upside down. How can it be like that? And I think it was a little bit the same with me with like, oh, you're such a good girl and you're so smart and you should do this, and not intentionally, but being given a lot of credit and appreciation when being good at school. I'm like, okay, so that is something that is good and I should do a bit more of. And yeah, a little bit the same of yeah, I'm not technician, not medicine, so yeah, business, and what does that mean? And then there's this whole culture, which for me was, I had already decided somewhere that there's a different calling in my heart. So I didn't go all in and into that world, but at the same time there was resistance. So I couldn't really find my way in workplace. In a way, when my priorities were at home, I could live with not having a work that was that meaningful. But as the children started to grow older, the longing from the heart of doing something meaningful became harder and harder to resist. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna finish this. I'm just gonna continue being a good girl. So this stretch kind of just, it was like this rubber band stretching until my body just, no, you don't do this. So I did what a lot of good girls do. I don't know the phrase in English.
You burned
burned
out.
out, and it was a blessing because it really was my body being so clear at, okay, you're not doing this anymore. You're not doing something that's not meaningful to you and to the world, because there's this longing had been so strong, but I hadn't listened.
Well, thank you for this interview. I know this is a
Thank
really
you.
hard exercise, and because I'm walking home, I'm filming myself a lot now. And it's really, really hard because it's so easy to be behind the camera and ask questions. But when I have to turn it that way and say, okay, I have to talk, it's awful. So I really get
Something
that.
happening. There is something happening.
Yeah. I'm just honored and super glad. And it looks super great.
I really, really appreciate you coming by and saying, hello, can I meet you? Can I interview you? Who am I? Who are you? And yeah, we've just met for 3 hours or so and just had dinner, and we're about to leave to continue on your journey. And yeah, we felt we wanted to send you, or give you a little something small to carry with you on your long walk.
Thank you very much. What is it?
You'll see! I thought I bought it for myself, but I realized that I bought it for you.
I will wear it every day.
The thing is, I now know what it is.
Oh, you know.
I googled while she put up the camera.
So why did I choose? Was the stone made for me?
It's a citrine,
Okay.
and it's for many things. One is for finding the bright in the day, and
Which might be
keeping-
useful in Sweden.
and keeping the trust and faith in yourself to experience, create, and be. The laughter and the joy and the trust in yourself.
Thank you very much. This is the perfect stone for me, actually.
Some days might be harder than others to keep that trust.
I promise you that I will keep it and I will bring it back to Paris if I survive my trip.
It suits you.
But I will always have it on me. Thank you very much. I spent a super great night with you.
And I feel that I'm on this journey with you. And I'm like, in my mind, Christian, you don't know this yet, but I'm like, 25th of March. You've never been to Paris, Christian.
Come.
Should we?
No, for real. Come with your children. And there is enough space in my... No, but I mean it. Anytime you want to come to Paris, you just text me and you will be really welcome. That would be so nice. And my parents, now they know you through the cameras, and they're
And
really
you have to turn it.
welcoming.
This is Christian.
Okay.
We have a cameraman.
Here I am.
And I will make you visit, even if I don't know that much the tourists. But we will discover it together. So tell me if I'm going to be alive or not at the end of the trip. Will I reach Paris or I don't know?
That you won't get an answer for here. But it's really, really beautiful cards saying Earth Warrior Oracles. And it's a woman called Isabella Braina who paint really beautiful pictures. So you can just ask a silent question or just bear something in mind, or it could just be, is there something that's specifically important for me now, or is there something
Okay, so I graduate in June. I have no clue what I'm going to do after, like in July. Will I be looking for a job? Will I be traveling? Will I be in Brazil? Will I be doing the film? I have no clue. So I want to know more about that. So I choose one.
you choose?
This one.
Can you
Shade.
just open it and look at it?
What does it mean?
I don't know. Eggshell. Medicine of the rainbow jaguar. Medicine of the rainbow jaguar. Eggshell protects you now as you transition from one life phase to another. With her rainbow light, this guardian goddess instructs you on how to use great power with wisdom, to nourish only what is worthy. Using jaguar medicine with perfect timing, she confronts that which is unworthy of her devotion, eradicating destructive forces and creating space for healing, relief, and rebirth. Her presence is the wild power of the jaguar, the renewal promise of the rainbow, and the divine feminine creativity. All darkness shall be overcome. And you can read the rest if you wish. Yeah, what is this thing we've learned from tonight?
I gained that. That's what I learned. Is there a message you want to say to the people looking to the movie?
Please keep track on the road or your itinerary and let people ahead know where they should provide accommodation.
That's right.
And I would say, have fun.
And I would say, don't take hotels and stay flexible. And this is where the best happen, I think. It's so rare in life to have that much time to spend on welcoming things that are happening and being like available for just meeting people and sharing. And so thank you, because I have planned that to be available, but you have not, and you still have time for me, so that really means a lot.
I mean, that's fantastic, and I think that, as you say, the meetings with people that you don't expect or plan to meet can be the best meetings. You never know. So I think you will have the best time of your life.
And it's beautiful because it's a meeting with other people, but it's also a meeting with yourself.
That's right. It's an exchange.
So, yeah, it is. It's giving and receiving.
Sleeping.
Yeah, almost. Almost sleeping.